everyone. So today is 3 days past a 5-day transfer. Don't mind my hair. I will be taking this down hopefully tomorrow or Sunday, because today's Friday. We had our transfer on Tuesday, June 4th. So yeah, I just wanted to come and just kind of do like a video of symptoms so far. I was looking back at my YouTube videos for Aria, and I'm like, yeah, I didn't really do a good job of documenting as far as symptoms and things that I had. So even if I don't post this, I'm just like, it'll be nice to kind of keep a little journal or to make a little video scrapbook or something for this baby as well. So the first day of the transfer, I feel like that night I was kind of crampy, but definitely the day after. So 1 day past 5-day transfer, I felt crampy, and I felt like low back cramps, and it was very dull. And then the kind of the front lower pelvic area, there was a little bit of cramping there as well. There was some fatigue, but I wasn't sure if that was just due to the fact that I was not sleeping that well. I don't know. It was just my anxiety or just too much on my mind, but I was just kind of up at night, kind of reading my word and praying. And then when I did finally get comfortable, had to turn around and wake up and take my son to summer camp and things like that. So just kind of like interrupted rest, So I think that could possibly be contributing to the fatigue. But I think it was it was 1 day past 5-day transfer. I started to experience like a little bit of nausea. I shouldn't even use the word nausea. It was more like queasiness. Just not, stomach felt kind of weird or whatever, but it was like waves of it. It didn't stay. It wasn't consistent. But then by day 2, the nausea kind of came back again. And it was like kind of a bit more intense to the point where I had kind of mentioned it to my husband. I usually try not to say too much about symptoms because I don't want him to think one way or the other, but we were kind of driving, running errands, and I was just kind of like, oh, wait, I don't know. I kind of feel, like mouth kind of started to water a bit, but no, obviously vomiting or anything like that. So that was interesting. But day 2, the cramping continued. A bit more intense, sharp pains towards the front that kind of came and went, wasn't consistent. And then again, the dull backache. Day 3 is almost over. It's about 8 o'clock at night right now. And when I woke up this morning, I felt completely fine. And I didn't have any nausea. I haven't had breast tenderness this whole time. I know sometimes the side effect of the progesterone is breast tenderness, but I hadn't even had that. So when I woke up this morning, felt fine. And then I did actually go to work today, the first 2 days. So the day of the transfer and 2 days after, I did decide to take off. So I was just kind of home doing nothing the first day of the transfer. Second day, I might have ran out to take my son to school, but then came back and didn't do anything. And the third day, which was day 2 past 5-day transfer, my son actually had some friends over, so I kind of helped him kind of get the house tidy. Nothing too strenuous or anything like that. And then today, which is Friday, I went to work for a half day. So from 2 to 6 p.m. I worked, saw patients. So not too bad, but anywho, it's 8 o'clock at night now, so I figure I'll just give my symptoms for today. When I woke up, it was fine. Didn't feel anything. As I went throughout the day, I took my estradiol around 10, and as I went throughout the day while working, I started to experience a little dull cramping in the front and the back. Not too many sharp pains, just more so dull cramping, like a bothersome crampy feeling in the back and the abdomen. And then there was like very, very, like even milder than day 1 and 2 nausea, just like a spurt of that, but then it kind of went away. And I guess fatigue is still kind of here. So those are the only 2. But yeah, we're pregnant, and we're claiming that in Jesus' name we are staying pregnant. So we're just trying to enjoy the ride. I'm just trying to relax as much as I can when I'm not at work and doing things around the house. But we're just believing and trusting that God did it with Aria and that he's going to do it again, and that our last embryo will be a fighter. and that he or she will stick around for the next 9 months and be healthy, full-term pregnancy like Aria was. So I'll come back maybe in 3 or 4 days to give you updates with those symptoms. But we don't plan to test. We didn't test with Aria, and I kind of talked with my husband like, should we test this time? He's like, no, I think we should do the same thing. So same thing. So we shall see. Good morning. Today is 7 days past a 5-day transfer. I believe the last time I updated, I stopped on day 3 as far as how I've been feeling and what I've been doing. Day 4 and 5 were interesting. I think I kind of woke up both days kind of feeling pretty good. Kind of had intermittent cramping throughout both days. The dull back aches. Day 5, I know for sure. I had a little bit of breast tenderness. Aria was kind of pushing on my breast, trying to sit up a few times, because she's always up under me and things like that. And it was a little bit uncomfortable. Nothing extreme, and kind of like tingly feelings in my breast, but no real like sore or heavy breasts. And I know I had that with Aria and with other times with taking the hormones, but for some reason this time I didn't have anything like that. And I don't know if maybe it's because of the breastfeeding that I did with her, and it just kind of changed some things in that area, but nothing extreme as far as breast tenderness or anything. I know on day 5 we were kind of shopping at the grocery store, and like a strong wave of nausea kind of came over me, and I was like, oh, this is whew. And I kind of, mouth kind of started to water and things like that, but it didn't stay long. It just kind of passed and it went away. So 4 and 5, that's basically what that was. I was off work both of those days. I worked 3 days past a 12-day transfer. a 5-day transfer. And I had updated that on the last one, and then I was off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Monday was yesterday, and that was 6 days past a 5-day transfer, and I felt completely fine yesterday. Maybe like small tinge of cramping towards the evening time, but I felt fine, which kind of made me have a meltdown. Was talking to my husband and just kind of started to cry, telling him that, I kind of felt like things were out of my control, which they are, and we're definitely trusting God. We know that his promises will come to pass, but sometimes our timing is not always his timing, so that was a big thing for me. I just kind of broke down crying, very like emotional, like this is our last embryo, even though throughout the process I have been okay and kind of felt like, we have Aria already, so if this doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Technically we still have insurance coverage and probably could do another round, but who wants to think about that or go through all of that if they don't absolutely have to? So yeah, just very emotional yesterday, but not any real symptoms. And now today, I woke up feeling a lot better. It was hard sleeping last night just because I was feeling uneasy. Like, what if, like if you're like me, you're kind of this huge planner, and it's kind of like, okay, if I'm pregnant, then I'm going to do this, and that. If I'm not, then maybe I can do this. Like there's a few trips for work that I was planning on not going to because I'll be pregnant. So it's just kind of like wanting to know where you stand, not necessarily doubting that God can't do it. I know that he can do it, and that it's already done if this is the timing that he has for us. However, just to give myself peace of mind, I am considering testing today. I have not talked to hubby about it, but when I get home I will just kind of let him know, just because my night was like really bad. Like I just kept popping up out of my sleep, really uneasy. I had a weird dream about rats crawling all over me, and if anybody knows me, I'm like deathly afraid of mice and rats. So I'm not really sure what all that was about, but I'm like, Lord, if I'm pregnant, it's already done. You know what I'm saying? If this is the time you have for me, it's already done. And I'm claiming that I'm pregnant and staying pregnant if this is your timing. And just, with the whole beta thing and stuff, it's like last time with Aria, like we waited and stuff, but sometimes you just want to be more prepared for what they're going to say, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. So I'm thinking that I'll probably test if I can talk hubby into agreeing to let me do that, because I know he's probably like, yeah, you're crazy. But we'll see how today goes. Obviously, I'm working. You see me in my scrubs in the car. So I'm working today. So it'll probably be later on this evening if I do, and I'll just kind of keep track. This morning, I didn't eat anything, and I took my estradiol. So I kind of felt a little queasy this morning with a little cramps, but that could solely just be because I took the estradiol on an empty stomach. So I just ate something with or after. So we'll see if that changes anything and kind of go from there. But otherwise, I will continue to try to do updates just so I can kind of know, or keep a good record, I should say. All right, bye.